Boston College is a Catholic college of the Jesuit tradition and lies somewhere in between Notre Dame, which is 80% Catholic, and Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., which is 50% Catholic. Boston College is 70% Catholic. What's really important to know, and it's true for all students, whether you're going to study nursing or business or poetry or math, is that students must take the core curriculum, which means you'll take classes in a little bit of everything while you're there. So if you're good at lots of things, that's really good for you. Boston College has about 9,000 undergraduate students. Actually, there's slightly more girls. So if you're a guy applying to Boston College, then you have a slight edge. The acceptance rate hovers around 30%. It's been inconsistent over the last few years, but that's about where the acceptance rate is now. And Boston College has what's called restrictive early action. So you can apply early, find out early, and then there's no commitment to actually matriculate to Boston College. However, it's restrictive in that you may not apply to any other colleges that would ask you to commit. That's called early decision. Boston College is holistic in its admissions. So that means it doesn't rely on admissions formulae to figure out who they're going to admit. They really dive into the application package and try to get a sense of who the students are. Boston College has told me that they look for a strong, mature voice through the components of the application where you can actually convey one. The students who go to Boston College are not going to class in their PJs. They're well dressed, they want to look good when they're out and about. And they might be out and about on campus, or they might actually be in the city of Boston taking advantage of the amenities of that city. There's no Greek system at Boston College, which is true of a lot of Catholic universities. So if you're looking for a school that's surrounded with other colleges and you have lots of college-age students and you're in a cool town like Boston, a school that's selective and has a quality education program to offer, then Boston College is the right choice for you.
Classes rock. The education school is like really big about being like super in touch with their students. So we do a lot with the education school, and they're very good about like advisors, because it's a small program. So like there's only, I think, like just under 200 freshmen in the education school. You have to take a literature core, and then all the different cores are a different focus. So ours is like metamorphosis, taking this class called Perspectives, which is a combination of like my philosophy and my theology core. So that's like a year-long thing, and you have like double the class time during the week, so it's really intense. That's the teacher that I said is super awesome, and it's like, you're probably not gonna get an A, but that's okay. My top is 3 classes a day. It's definitely like a lot more reading and work that you have to be doing, but you also have a lot more time to be doing it, and it's a lot less like petty assignments and more like things you have to think about ahead of time. But if I'm on top of my reading and stuff, I could probably do all my stuff in like 4 or 5 hours. See, the way it works here is 40% of the freshmen are on the Newton campus. That is like a 5-minute shuttle ride from main campus. If you're on this campus, you're guaranteed to just be in a double or a quad, but the quads are huge. If you're on main campus as a freshman, you could end up in a forced triple, which is like kind of rough because it's a tight living space, but it's also, you're on main campus. I really like being on this campus because all the people who live here and like eat here are freshmen. So it's a nice little like freshman hub. We do a lot with our floor. So I meet once a week with my floor, and we do different things. Like last week, the ladies from like the women's center came and like just talked to us about like how we were doing. They really want to make sure that you have somewhere to be, and like at least for our floor, we have a really good group. All the floors have an RA, and she's very personable. We have like meetings with her when throughout the semester just to like check up, which has been really nice just to have someone there. That's not just my RA, that's been what I've heard about all the RAs. Dining halls are amazing, and the food is actually like rated among the best because it's really good food and it's pretty healthy too. There's always sushi night once a week, which is my personal favorite, but then like on a normal night, go to the grill, which can make grilled chicken or hamburgers or like grilled portobello mushrooms or like vegetarian burgers. And then the fruit bar and the salad bar are always open, like the yogurt bar. And then on weeknights, they have, so from 8:30 to 12, the late night is open. And then on weekends, it's open till 2 a.m. And late night is like it's just like a lot of fried food. But our like specialty off-campus thing is there's a place called White Mountain Creamery. It is the best ice cream I've ever had, and they have like every kind of flavor. But yeah, they're like the BC ice cream place. The football games are super fun, which is awesome to have that. But even just like the culture itself, it can get a little bit extreme sometimes. Like even like club teams, I think there were 150 guys that tried out for club soccer and 5 made the team. But there's a lot of people who do intramurals. The gym, so the varsity sports have their own gym, so their gym's super nice. And then our gym, I actually really like it. It is not the nicest gym I've ever seen, but it definitely has everything you need. The culture of like staying healthy is really big too. Just like eating healthy and working out and stuff is really big. I know very few people who go home on the weekends because we are not, I think we have a pretty small commuter community. People live on campus. They have a ton of like stuff to do on the weekends, like either free tickets or like super cheap tickets. So they have like a ton of stuff planned all the time if you ever want to do anything. I actually have felt extremely safe. Newton campus and main campus are both in very nice areas. Like no one random could possibly get in because there's like 2 swipe doors before you even get to my hallway. Oh, and then we have the blue light system obviously everywhere. There's always like cop cars everywhere just for kicks. They have a huge club fair at the beginning of the year where all the clubs come and set up tables. That's how a lot of people make their closest friends is through the clubs because there's just anything you can imagine. There's also another fair for service. There's so many, they have like their own thing. Like I guess you can't really know this ahead of time. When you get here, you feel so overwhelmed by the things that you can be involved in because they're really big, like I said, on the clubs and the service and all this stuff. But it's so much that it can be like overwhelming and you don't know which one to pick. It's an awesome thing that there's so much you can get involved in and so much you can do, but it's also would have been nice to know that like brace yourself, you're gonna pick and choose, you're not gonna get to do everything that you want to because you are in school for school. So you have to like list your priorities, but it's a good problem to have, I think.